I'm one of a kind. Logo, 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 logo. I will have you bouncing off the walls, going through it. Logo, 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 logo. I will be the point that is vocal, bright like a wolf, and howl at the moon, just drop it low and just go loco. I will tell you just how I want it. We'll shake it fast and shake it slow. Shake it fast, shake it fast. You know that I'm out of my mind. It is the only thing I know. I'm so crazy. I'm so crazy. I don't care if you're out on the floor or upside down on the pole. Just follow me cause I am the light. Look at how much I glow. I am the center of the circle. I'm the star of the show. Go, logo, 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 logo. Go, logo, 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 logo. Go, logo, 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 logo.
Yes, sir. Woo!
Namaste.
How is everybody doing? Thank you guys so much for being here. I've got a couple of friends with me. I've got Louisville and I got Harzan. I brought the boys with me. It's album listening party. You know, we've got a great time ahead of you guys. I'm excited for everybody that's joining us live right now, for Harzan and Louis to also be here and, you know, do this live listening party from StreamYard. So guys, thank you so much for everybody joining us. Before we get into it, Louis, Harzan, anything you want to say before we get started?
You're muted.
I just was about to say it.
Damn. I never thought it would be me. Just want to thank my family. I want to thank God. But nah, I'm ready. Like I said, I already listened to the album.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm just ready to hear what you got to say about it. I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
And then whatever really comes up. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, Harzan, anything you want to add?
I'm very excited for this because I did not listen to the album, so this is going to be a first. I'm really looking forward to it. You did send me your links, but I do not have Spotify. I don't have all these platforms, so this is going to be exciting for me, like to give it a first listen.
Absolutely. Well, no, I'm so glad that you guys are here, that everybody's here. So before we get started with the first song, you guys, just to give you a little bit of background. So this is my 6th full in-studio album. This is 12 songs, just about a little over 35 minutes. I think this is, up to this point, you know, the best music that I have released, the best album that I put out, just in general terms of like start and flow from track 1 to the end. I mean, I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of it. And I already love, you know, just the reception that I'm getting. And I'm so excited for everybody that's here joining us tonight, either like for somebody like Overworld or Ira that's here joining us who've already listened to it either once or twice or maybe several times. So appreciate that, you guys. Or for anybody who's coming tonight, like maybe like Harzan, who hasn't had a chance to hear it yet. Definitely excited for all of you guys to be able to either hear it again or hear it for the first time. So you guys, the name of this album is called The Long Journey for Balance. And the name of the first track is called The Journey. And just to give you a little bit of background, and I have been putting up some marketing on my page as well, so feel free to go take a look at my RPG page. But in a general way, once I knew that I wanted to call the album The Long Journey for Balance, I knew that I wanted to get a song on there that really had like a theme, either being on a journey, taking a journey of some kind, like either literally if you're like, you know, going in a car, going on a hike or something, but give the idea that you've moved from point A to point B or grown within type of, you know, some sort of, you know, audio visual sense. And that's kind of what this song was. But then when I heard the beat, when I heard it all put together, I'm like, you know what? This is also a perfect like album starter. Like it's got good energy. It gets you into it, but it's not too much one way or the other. Like it's kind of middle of the road. So I really like that about it. But again, you guys, let me pull this up so we can make sure that I'm hearing everything.
Overall said he at the gym right now.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay. So shows I'm saying I'm adding Google Music to the stage, but I don't see it.
Oh, because it's in the background, so they'll be able to hear.
Okay, be able to hear. Okay, perfect. So it's
You
up
want
there
to show
now.
the whole thing? Yeah, you just do this.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Just wanted to make sure. When I didn't see it, I get nervous. Okay. So again, you guys, the name of this first song is called The Journey. Let's press play.
It's your boy RPG, red, purple, gold. Welcome to the journey. When do you start to look if you want to find another side? They make you sound so easy, but I swear that they lie. You can either lose or win, at love there is no love tide. Just don't let that feeling wash in and out like the tide. In one moment you can be a king or on top of the world. You can say the world is your oyster or even your pearl. I don't care if her hair is straight or even it curls. Just put your hand in mine and take my head right out of the world. There have been so many miles that I have walked out on my road, and I can promise I did not carry the heavy load. I feel like I will never be turned onto the right mode. I'm outside my penthouse door, but I forgot the code. I had it all laid out, but I lost myself to my plan. A tornado in my life just blew it away like a fan. I know there are muscles in my legs, but I can barely stand. In my head I'm screaming for help, who can lend a hand? That is how you feel when you feel like you wear the crown. Down, that is how you feel when you're under the ground. It is a long road, I am sure you can hear me. I am still out on my road, I guess I'll call it the journey. That is how you feel when you feel like you wear the crown. Down, that is how you feel when you're under the ground. It is a long road, I am sure you can hear me. I am still out on my road, I guess I'll call it the journey. When do you start to look if you feel like you can't lose? People clap and cheer around you, all you hear is the booze. It would not be too hard to walk a mile in my shoes and climb straight to the top. You work for the shoe, don't you shoot? But one thing that I can say is that it's only at the top. You're always on the ledge, yeah, they're waiting for you to drop. You just joined the market and now they want to short the stock. But my love for this music, I promise it will never stop. There's music in my veins and that's the only thing I know. I can only move to the top and I'm not moving slow. Is it just so funny when I meet a wall, meet an open door? You can follow my whole treasure map or follow my glow. I will let you come along, all are welcome on my path. The course has been plotted, I have completed all the math. I want to keep growing as a person and perfecting my craft. I was drowning, I'm lucky, I always found a rap. Your boy RPG, Red Purple Gold.
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
Little tease. Little tease.
Just a little bit, So should I start? I want to start.
Start it off, please. Yes, please.
I want to say this. When I listen to this on a bus, I need some new headphones because my shits are trash. I feel like I just listened to a whole different song, bro. Like, because like I got the vibe and everything, but like I don't know what it is. I heard everything, bro. Like I heard every like. I love this. Like number one, the beat, bro. Like that sound, like that. You know what I'm talking about? That one melody in there.
Mm-hmm.
Love that, and I love that. This could have definitely been like some of these songs. I looked at like, what would I do with it, right? Like if I got that type of beat, I probably would have made a party song, something for the club, something more dancey. But like you just went off, like, and off the rip too. That's what I loved about it too. Like off the rip, you just started going like, let's go, let's set the pace now, type of thing. And it's like you said, it's like not too much of either or. It's like right there in the middle.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I love the hook. I love that, you know, overall in this album, bro, like the energy, like that you were putting into it, just so good. The delivery, the ad-libs, all the feedback that we've given you also, like it was there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I just want to know, like, personally, like, what was your thought process making that song?
You know, that's a tough one because The Journey was one that I did have where I actually had the lyrics more written for a little while. So The Journey was one where I was able to match up the song as opposed to one like Loco, which we'll listen to later in a few songs, that was a brand new creation in the creation of the making of this album. So that's kind of how I go back and forth, where some of my songs are matches, other ones are brand new, like in the making at the time of. But with this song, it was a mixture of that beat, because it just had that perfect, like an Overworld Memory said, it had that really hard but still fun, West Coast vibes to it, especially with the piano in the background, and with some of the instruments that he chose. Now, Castellini definitely is he is more of a West Coast forward guy. So if you're going to hear something, you'll probably hear 60% maybe more in that vein, and then other things in the other way. But I absolutely love, that song and how it came together. But then when I kind of came up, because I believe that the chorus is one I had to redo a little bit. And when I came up with that, I was like, okay, yes. And because it was one where I didn't really try to go, let me do a singing one or do like a really lower, like rap one. I was like, let me just hit it as hard as I do for the regular verses. And I love that about it too.
Yeah, bro, because it's the way you were hitting it too, like the way you was hitting like the journey and like yep. Transitioning from one bar to the next. Like it was so aggressive, but like delivered perfectly. Like honestly, like this whole album overall, it really did give me vibes of like Eminem when he would get on West Coast things. Just a little more aggressive though. Like you were like a way more aggressive Eminem, but like I definitely got that a lot, and like that's why I really enjoyed like most of this album.
Yeah. Well, and that's also the reason that this song is the first one that I'm doing the storyboard for the music video, because it also felt like it was the easiest to realize in what I wanted to do, and kind of like it'll have themes of what Panoramic Roof was, but not focused around the car in that way. It'll just be in the car as like using that as the vehicle that's the destination, like get you from one point to another. But we'll be stopping off at points and then like doing like, little vignettes and scenes, and then kind of put that all together. But yet it probably won't be at the same grandiose scale of what, maybe Freedom Fighter was. Like it'll be in between, but yet, still really good. So definitely, yeah. Harzan, though, please, did you have anything that you want to say or ask or anything?
Well, I'm very impressed, like how you kick off this this album. Like this song is amazing. I definitely felt those West Coast beats, like the instrumental. Like I'm in love. Like I don't know who's your producer, but this beat is amazing, man. Like and your delivery on it was just. It was just perfect. Like I feel like you can get on any beat and you just deliver it on point, man. Because this is like the flow is there, the vibe is there. I really loved it. I do have a question for you. Like you were talking about the video and making the scenes with the car. Like when you're writing your songs, I don't know if you're like more of a first freestyle and then write, or write and then freestyle something. But do you start like picturing what you want from the album and the visual and the videos that you're gonna do while you're writing it? Like, do you have like that macro vision, or it just comes along the way?
That's a really good question. I'd say probably it's half and half, because there are certain songs when they do come about where I'm like, okay, even in writing them, I'm like, okay, I already can picture what I would love to do with like a $10,000 music video idea, like, just in my head. But it doesn't always maybe come to fruition in the sense of like, oh, then I take it all the way through. Or like with the journey specifically, I think the reason that I had released the 3 singles first in the way that I did was because that they gave me the most and like, just clear path where I was like, this is exactly what I want to hear the single to be. But with the journey, it almost came about a little later where I was like, you know what, actually I could do this, tweak what we did with this, and this with Panoramic Roof, add in these other things, and then go from there. but I didn't know that until the journey was where it was, that I wanted to turn that into a music video. Because like something like Loco, I would love to do one for that. You know, for something like Colombiana, I'd love to do one for that. But my idea about it, it's not that it's too high up, but it's already like, it's so hard to do that, you know, especially with somebody I don't know. It's, you know, because I wanted it to be like, especially for Colombiana, I'd be like, well, I'd love to use Ro, but you know, you're not Colombian. So it's like that difference of like, you know, I can't just use her for that.
Yeah, I get that.
But sometimes I do, but it's like half and half.
I would say you could put like some Hispanic looking clothes on her and like
true. Yeah.
You know, you could try. You could try. Yeah. You might get away with it. But
yeah,
I see what you're saying, because like even like Colombiana, what I said about that song, it's like you could put that in the soundtrack of the movie Colombiana and it would fit perfectly. Like
absolutely.
But it's such a good like commercial song. Like it can go on a commercial or a movie, a trailer or something like. And it's like, that's amazing, bro. Like that you have that skill to like make a song like that, and it's not corny. It's just it's that good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
well, I think that, you know, and I was having an interview where I was the one being interviewed on Saturday over the weekend, and you know, he was asking me, he's like, you know, well, what are you trying to do differently, or like, you know, what are you trying to incorporate and bring in something new? And I think it's sort of like with what you just said, where it does feel like I can be able to create this thing that's like, oh, everybody, not like that everybody would like it, but like everybody would just hear that and be like, oh yeah, that's supposed to go with that thing. Or like, it doesn't, like they would just automatically look at it and be like, ugh, well, that's not good. Like, that's terrible. Like they wouldn't do that. So there's part of me where I'm like, why do I feel like I'm bringing like that level of like the talent and the skill, but then I'm not feeling like I'm reaching the people where I'm like, I hear you guys and I'm like, well, damn, you think I was already like, you know, Beyonce. But then at the same time, I'm like, I like, not that I feel like I'm like seeing it exactly the same way that you do, but I'm like, damn, sometimes I'm like, I feel like, wow, I don't get like I don't hear, people are like, you're unique. I'm like, oh, really? First thing? Okay, well, we got to fix that. But I think you gave a perfect transition though to getting into the next song, and that is Colombiana, just like Louis was talking about. And with this song, this is also one that I had written for a couple of years, one that I had wanted to write for a long time, just because, you know, being born in Colombia and like, you know, I mean, obviously very, very beautiful women are from Colombia, but turning it into that idea about Colombiana and like, especially what I do with the chorus and saying like, hey, you know what? Every woman is 1 to 1, but I want a Colombiana. Good. Like,
it's so good. Because like, you know what I love about that? Like, it's so much, I respect you for that, because it's a good mindset to have. It's like, all women are beautiful. Absolutely. But I need it, you know, because that's how I feel. Like, I'm like, I love all women. Like, all women are beautiful, but I need me a dark skin. I love, there's something about a dark skinned girl that just gets my blood bubbling. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that, I'm like, relatable.
Exactly. You know? So, but no, exactly. So, guys, so let's press play on Colombiana.
It's your boy. It's your boy RPG, red, purple, gold. Where's my Colombian blood? My south of the border magic. I can't handle it, the way you move that body. You're making me sweat, thinking some thoughts at the nadi. If you're riding next to me, then you're only riding shoddy. Those eyes reach into forever, so much more than just a hottie. I can't handle it, how you shake those sexy hips. Can I please have one more kiss on those sexy lips? If you stay with me for the highs, then I'll be there for the dips. Let's fly around the world, I want you with me on the trips. Can I please have one more touch on your luscious skin? Toffee brown and so soft, I know I can only win. It seems like a single look at you should be a sin. Well, I'm drunk off your love, something just like juice and gin. I'm high off your love, I am up past the moon. I will take you in the middle of the night or high noon. You don't need to ask, my heart has always got the room. I'm just waiting for the seeds of love to begin to bloom. Woo! With a voice something like Ariana, with a body something like Adriana. Every woman is 1 to 1, but I want a Colombiana. I don't want the hot Obama. Colombiana. Something about the way she moves, a little extra wiggle. And when you make her laugh, something extra in her giggle. And if she brings a friend, then I wanna get in the middle. If we're out on the floor, I will leave it ablaze, just hear me sizzle. She takes away my breath, so much more than just a beauty. And you know what I'm saying, all the girls think I'm a cutie. She shakes it so well, just watch how she moves that sexy booty. I know I've heard the call, well it's all part of my duty. You know that she has all my love. She's got me high just like a drug. Yeah, she hit me hard like a slug. She squashed me out like a bug. You know that she pulled the rug. She took my heart with just the lightest tug. Woo! With a voice something like Ariana, with a body something like Adriana. Every woman is one to one, but I want a Colombiana, Colombiana. I don't want the hot Obama. South of the border, you know that she's a stunner. Every woman is one to one, but I want a Colombiana, Colombiana. Please just bring her up to me. It's the only thing I need. More important than the air I breathe. I will keep it until infinity. Until infinity. Please just bring your love to me. It's the only thing I need. More important than the air I breathe. Until infinity.
Yeah, I just love that song. And guys, so just for letting you know, that was also the second single that was released in the 3 singles that were the ramp up and lead up to the release of the album. The release of the album was just last week on Friday, the 30th of May. It is released on all platforms. So, you know, regardless of what you are listening on, you can be able to go and find it. But that was released on the 31st of January, 2025. And then the third single and final single would be released in March. And then the first one was back in 2024. So we have these 3 singles. This was the second one. This, I think, is probably, I go back and forth depending on what my mood is, but it's like Colombiana, you know, maybe a little bit of Loco sometimes, like, you know, sometimes, you know, Never Let It Fall, but Colombiana is definitely one of my favorite songs I've ever made.
As it should be.
Yeah, I absolutely love this song.
Really good.
Yeah,
It's so
I love
good.
it. And
It's so good.
because for me, I look for these type of beats. Like I will look, that horn that's in there, I'm just like, okay. Like I just heard this beat for 5 seconds and I'm like, it's got that south of the border feel that I love.
Mhm.
The musical instruments he picked in there, I was like, because like if you are really trying to be able to like focus on a song that really brings in your culture, then I kind of want every aspect to feel like I'm bringing in an aspect of like giving a piece about who I am or where I'm from or a piece that's important to me. And, you know, this is the second or third song that I've done where I've tried to focus every aspect of the song around what's a piece of my Colombian background and my heritage that I love and that I really want to shout out. And I've done a few others up to this one, but with this one, I'm like, all right, I want to shout out the Colombian women, you know, and Colombiana. I also love the movie. And so it's just like, every time I think about this song, I'm just like, yeah, just badass, like just hardcore, just like, it's like this, like almost version of like a superhero, but yet, you know, more James Bond-esque. Like I love that part about it too. So.
Dude, I just got immediately teleported to a summer beach party listening
Right.
to Colombiana.
Yeah.
Like immediately, like I'm on that mood. Like it's so well delivered, and it's that it has that touch, like that regional touch, but it does not like affect your genre. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still listening to a RPG track. Totally. I do not feel like this is like some reggaeton Colombian thing. You know, like it's still RPG, but it has like that flavor, and that's what I love about it.
Yep, and that's why I love, like, that's why I call it, like, you know, that south of the border magic, like that flavor, just is that spice that like I like to put on there. because then it goes with everything else, like the way that I dress, my, you know, like I like to be able to be, you know, more in the chains, and like that's just my thing. But I love, you know, I feel like everything that kind of goes along with that idea of music from Mexico or South America, or when it has that flavor, I'm always like, all right, I'm at home. I'm with my people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can
All
see.
right, so
I can
let's
see
take-
this song. I can see this song in like a Corona beer commercial.
Yes, right.
And look, I have one question.
Yes.
I have one question before we move on. Who is Ariana and who is Adriana? Because I've been thinking about this for a week, so I need answers.
Yeah, so you have a voice like Ariana Grande,
Got that one.
and then a body like Adriana, so Adriana Lima, who I believe she was Miss Universe, or she's won like many of those, like, you know, like big level awards and whatnot. So she was more of like a,
Adriana,
I don't know if she was like later 90s, early 2000s. Like she was kind of like just that one where I kind of remember, like not Cindy Crawford days, but yet not maybe within like the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay, I gotta look her up. You said Adriana Lima?
Yep. Adriana Lima, yeah.
Because the body right now is in question, so we have to see what's going on.
Isn't it Adriana Gutierrez? Represented Colombia at 54th Miss Universe.
Okay, I have to use my phone for this, so I will take a look at that later. But that's
her? Adriana Lima?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I do have the wrong person in my head that I'm thinking of. Maybe it is the Gutierrez that it is. I
think the Adriana Lima is a Brazilian model. But
yeah,
there is a Colombian Miss Universe named Adriana Gutierrez. So let's go with that one.
Boom! There we go. Yes, done. There it is.
I was about to say, because I know.
But I mean, that's.
I was gonna say, I know an Adriana from high school, but I don't think it would be her. You know.
Yeah.
I also know one. Fun enough.
And so, guys, so the next song that is in the list, that is the third and final single that we released, and this one is Loco. Now, like I talked about earlier, this was one that came about during the creation of the album that was a in-the-moment creation of like, while I'm making the album, this song and this beat and everything kind of came together. When this song came together, like, you know, and I know you guys know, but like it was one of those where it just like hit me so hard that it was like, oh, and then I had like the entire thing written within a couple hours, maybe less. I mean, it just kind of like came out that easy. But the song is also simple. Like it's heavy, it's in your face, but yet it's not trying to like be too much or give like not enough. It's just kind of like that perfect, like right in the middle, but yet like definitely aggressive and, you know, really like fun. But let's give a listen to Loco.
Go, loco, 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 loco. Go, loco, 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 loco. Go, loco, 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 loco. It's time to go a little crazy. You know my flows are never lazy. Loco, 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 loco. You know that I'm out of my mind. You know I'm one of a kind. Loco, 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 loco. I will have you bouncing off the walls, going through a drought. Loco, 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 loco. I will be the point that is vocal, cry like a wolf, and howl at the moon. Just drop it low and just go loco. I will tell you just how I want it. We'll shake it fast and shake it slow. Shake it fast, shake it fast. You know that I'm out of my mind. It is the only thing I know. I'm so crazy. I'm so crazy. I don't care if you're out on the floor or upside down on the pole. Just follow me cause I am the light. Look at how much I glow. I am the center of the circle. I'm the star of the show. Go, loco, 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 loco. Go loco, 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 loco. Go loco, 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 loco. I can feel your body moving, I can feel your nails up on my skin. I never want to know where you end and where my body begins. What do I end? Do I begin? I just want your body all night, wake up tomorrow, do it again. And again, and again, and again. Not to watch you shake your hips would be a sin. You and me out on the floor, X marks the spot, the only place I can win. I just love all the struggle that I see in how you shake that ass. Shake that ass, shake that ass, shake that ass. You know I will throw all these ones, just be there to catch the pass. Throw it, catch it. Don't test me cause I'm no dummy, and that is even if I crash. You know that you can't follow my moves, I will never finish last. Just one look at you and you're the leading role on my cast. It's time to go a little crazy, you know my flows are never lazy. Go, loco, loco, loco. You know that I'm out of my mind, you know I'm one of a kind. Loco, 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 loco. I will have you bouncing off the walls, going through it slow. Loco, 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 loco. I will be the point that is vocal, bright like a wolf, and howl at the moon, just drop it low and just go loco. Woo!
Amazing.
Yeah, I love how that one turned out. I really love how that one turned out. I think that was in the moment probably one of my favorite, just in the sense of like those really big, heavy, try to like punch you in the mouth songs. That was one of my favorites up until that point. I love that song. And that one was fun too to make, because when we were in the studio doing this one, I had myself, Ro, Mike, Ezra, like a bunch of the people that were there at the studio all get in there and do that loco part. So it sounded like you were kind of in the middle of like a crowd scene, and I'm up on stage like saying it, and then you're chanting it back to me. So it sounds like there's like a lot of people all creating this big, you know, type of scene where it's like a lot of voices all chanting it at one point. So I loved how we kind of put that together, and I'm like going in there and like different angles and different like pitches of my voice and trying to sound like I'm 4 people at once. So it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I love that, man. I think my favorite part about this song is that you showed it to us a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like just seeing the journey, like from your other releases, everything you've been doing with artists on artists, and just your whole journey with us, bro. And then like just finally getting the album.
Yep.
Like it was worth it. And it's crazy. Like again, we got to see it at one stage, and then to see it now, like finished, fully mixed, just everything perfect. Like it's really good. That was like the first song. I think that might have been the first song I ever heard from RPG. So it's like it's like a
that's a full circle moment.
Exactly. It's a full circle moment. It's like first time going on reviews. We're on Instagram, and I think it was like probably me, Hellbound, something like somebody else probably there. Hearing that, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like a fucking warrior energy, just all the energy in the world. Like, to this day, nobody can match RPG's energy. Like, there's some people that come close, and for the most part, it's like Mugen, maybe J Money, are like right there, just touching at it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, man, it's beautiful. I love it, and I love the build up. Like the build up going from the journey to Colombiana to that is perfect. And then the next song, what you did, I love what you did with it, because like everything in this album just caught me off guard in a good way. You know what I mean? So I love that.
Totally.
And it's so nice because they do have different vibes, but they blend into each other. And like this was actually a submission of yours to the live sets.
Absolutely.
And like having that in mind, like these transitions so far are really well done, like within the album and within these tracks that we listen. I really like the beat on this one, and I'm particularly in love with the sample that goes on the back, that boom 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 boom, you know. Like that shit just sticks on my mind. Like it's so cool. It's so cool. Like and it really adds an extra flavor to the beat. Just that small detail. It's very well produced.
And he adds to it. You add to it. Like you could have just ignored it, but it's like you were like on point with it. And I love because I do the same thing with the melodies. Like you made that melody better.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's what I love about it because working with Castellini and if you guys had seen my live that I did with him, I did like a special edition artist on artist with Castellini, and he did all 12 tracks. And it's this type of stuff. Like when I heard this beat for the first time initially, it was a mixture of that and then that little like it was that weird little kind of background spacey sound he has in the crescendo up to the chorus part. And I was like, where does he come up with this? And I've heard it only on like one other beat ever in my life before. I'm like, I love this. Boom. And then it came out in like an hour. Like it was crazy. So I mean, it's like he and his beats like have given me more inspiration than I've experienced. Like in the sense of like, not that I've never had inspiration from other beats, but like in the short amount of time with like everyone, I'm just like, bro, you had like the same amount of experience in like a 9-month period that I would have had in like 4 years, and the amount of work that I would have put in before. So it's just crazy, like how much when I'm hearing his music that I'm like, wow, like just all the places that it takes me. So I love that about it. But I think Louis made a perfect transition as well into the next song. Because when I'm putting an album together, I do a very specific thing where, and I think Louis and I maybe have had a conversation similar to this, but I try to put it together kind of like your late 90s, early 2000s boy bands albums were. Like put your 3 big bangers right up at the top. Everybody's going to want to dance to them. And then you drop down the beat a little bit. You either give them like a kind of more of a love song, or you bring you don't bring the mood down. You just bring the energy and flip it onto the, give them a little bit more of like the heartstrings, pull at them a little bit. And then you have the middle of the album where you can have like a mixture. And then the end should be kind of like a little bit low. And then boom, hit them hard right at the end and make the final track 2 be like a big thing. And with this was the first song in the album where I tried to change the tone, change the mood and the vibe a little bit, give a little bit more love energy, give a little bit more of like a sing vibe where I actually bring more of that part of my voice in, and you hadn't really heard it as much up to this point. So this first song is what I would consider the first love song on this album. And this one's got 3, where it's got 2, it's got this middle one that's kind of like love vibe, the situation, which is more sexy. And then you have, and then you've got That's My Secret, which is more straight love, like, just kind of near the end of the album where it's like, okay, this is definitely you just like giving that heart, like it's on my sleeve, take it, So those are the mixtures, but this is the first one, Never Let It Fall. So let's press play.
You know you're my world, my arms around you strong. I have never felt skin that's so soft. You know that I'll never let go. I won't lie. You know I won't lie. Woo! Yeah, my love will never slip. Damn, your body's on mine. I also want your heart and your mind. With you by my side, yeah, I'm all in committed. I'm all in committed. Woo! You know my love's for free. You know my love's for free. My love for you, it will never stop. You know my love's for free. You know my love's for free. Your heart, your house, only claim I want is taken. My hands up in your hands of me, yeah, it is so clear. All my love was shared, I never wanna miss a single tear. I will give you my heart, and I will give you my respect. I gotta love, you don't want to bet. You know my love's so free. You know my love's so free. My love for you, it will never stop. Never stop. You know my love's so free. You know my love's so free. I'll hold your heart close, it's all I want. I'll never let it go. I'll never let it go.
That's all I gotta say.
I do love that song. That is one of my, if it's not the one of the singles, that's a top 3 song on the album. That's not one of the singles, 100%.
That's top 3 in my heart. Like, bro, in this album is definitely my number 1. But I'll say this: that one and Secret
Mhm.
are like, I don't know which one to pick. So I might pick after this live. But like, bro, it's Love Broken, Just Me and My Shawty, and Never Let It Fall. That's
Wow.
my new top 3.
That's the new top 3?
That's the new.
Damn.
Nobody's taking Love Broken, bro. I'm sorry. It's too fucking good. But what I love about this song is that that harmony, because it's like, I know I've heard it before, done, like somebody else has done it, but it's like I can't think of it. And I don't know if it's because you did it so good that I forgot about that person. But it's still, again, it's one of those like relatable harmonies that just it just gets you there. And like at first, I didn't know you were saying fall. So by the second time around, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, he's saying fall, and then and I was like, that was beautiful. Like that was perfectly executed. Just, bro, the vocals are beautiful, the harmonies are beautiful. Like, I love this song. Like, it's definitely, again, it's that one in the Secret one. Like, it's just, I don't know which one to pick, but amazing song, bro.
Like the melody is really, really good. Like I really love what you did with the vocals, and I do think like this is one of those great examples when like did you use autotune on this?
I did a little bit.
Is there a little bit of pitch correction or autotune on it? Like this is a great example, like when autotune really adds to the music. You know, it really adds to the vibe. Like it's not just something that you're putting there just to copycat some style. Like it really adds to the vibe. Like I was hitting champagne bottles on a convertible in Miami Beach, like listening to this, you know. That was the vibe that I was into.
Totally.
So
see, look, we different.
Great song.
We different because I was over here like, you
were at the
don't ever let it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know.
No, I agree. I feel like the situation's even better for that, but I don't disagree with that either. I don't disagree. Both sound like a pretty good time.
Yeah, it's a well-rounded song. Let's just say that, you know.
We were both having fun.
It's different types of fun, you know.
But no, I agree. But I think for me with this song, when I was in the booth directly, because I made Secret first. This was absolutely later made in the album. I can tell because the way the harmonizations come in, especially when I am doing the I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I had learned off of Secret and then improved it to where we saw it end with, you know, with Never Let It Fall. But I tried a lot more to be like, okay, let me add on layers to all my harmonizations. Let me try multiple harmonizations. Let me do a high voice and a lower voice. And like, so I had tried a lot more with this. And when I heard it the first time on the album, I was like, damn, okay, I can never not make songs like this because I do love making them so much.
Yeah.
So that's the thing for me where it's like, there's some aspects where I want to like change and, you know, tweak a little bit for some of my sound for certain things. But this is one where I'm like, no, but man, I love my love songs, or I love my more emotional forward tracks. because I love how they come together, because I can make them regardless of whether I'm feeling that emotion or not. And I love that about like, oh, I've always got enough of that in me where I can make that a reality. I'm harder at like doing the darker stuff or the sad stuff more unless I'm in that mode. So
yeah, because I love like your cadences when it comes to love music, because like you know how to mix the harmonies with like rapping almost, because it's like I never let it fall, and then you go into the like everything is it's just so good. Like it's and it, again, it's something that really does inspire me, and it's been inspiring me since I met you, because if it wasn't for you, I don't think I'd be doing like high energy stuff, because like my thing was I'm done with high energy stuff. I just want to do like monotone and just super chill and just stick to that. Like that's my bag. But like I hear something you do and I'm like, nah, bro, I gotta go do some harmonies. I gotta go do some, you know what I mean? Like some just high energy stuff. So I love that, man.
Well, and I think it's also hard too, because my favorite stuff of yours is the high energy stuff. So then I'm like, so then every time I'm like, yeah, I love Louis, and then I hear some high energy and I'm like, ah, and then I freak out about it.
For real.
Okay, but so coming up next, so now guys, this next song that I did, now I had talked about this during the interview on Saturday, but this was the hardest song that was made on the entire album, without question, the most difficult song. This was the one that had the initial 2 other artists on there initially, and then just pieced out, like literally off the face of the earth, never spoke to them again. And then they were just like, oh, we're not doing the song anymore. So then Ro hopped on this, or 1971, as you guys know her better. And this was the first feature on the song, or on the album. And, you know, I mean, you guys know, you've seen Ro in interviews with me, you know, you've seen her on the music. You know, if you've heard me talking about general things for any, even not like a big amount of time, I've probably spoken about her. But this was one where I was either I am going to find somebody else to replace that will give me something different, or I'm just going to scrap it. But I was very angry about the idea of having to scrap it, is because like when it's, I don't like, sometimes the beats that I get are beats that people give to me. And then other times, if I know I'm going to be like doing this, I'm willing to pay, you know, some money for a beat. And Castellini's, like, in the sense of the people that I do pay for, his are the most expensive. So I'm just like, if I have to just give up this beat, I'm going to be really mad, because not because, oh, of the money, but just because I love what the original song was. And then also because like I spend money on this beat, and now you have kind of ruined it, other 2 people, you know, in the sense where you have like, yeah, exactly, like taken away my love of this because of how much you took out of it. But then this was the very final song we came back to at the very, very end. And Ro was able to hop on it. I love what she did. We did a couple different takes of, like, she had a faster version of this, and then the ending one was kind of a little bit more slowed down for her rap. But again, I love how it came together. This is the 2 of us. This is also maybe in the same vein of a love song, but more in the lyrical content as opposed to the way the beat sounds. But again, this song is called Just Like Glue.
Love is a reason. It's the reason. Love is a reason. It's the reason. Love is a reason. It's the reason. Love is a reason. I just want your hand in mine. Yeah, you never leave my mind. I can hear your heartbeat. Yes, your life I will keep. Do you end? You're a magnet, and love is the reason. Yes, you own my whole heart, and it's every single part. It is all because of you. In love I am believing. You know you steal away my breath, and I won't report the theft. You know you make me feel so warm. And love is the reason. Love is the reason. push and pull. Of your love I'll never fall. I only see you in my sight. I will hold you all night, hold you all night. Will you and me 1 and 1 is 2? I am stuck to your height, just like glue, just like glue. Yes, I've been in love, I've had a few. I am stuck to your height, just like glue, just like glue. My heart is lost and it is one. From your love I'll never run. With you and me 1 and 1 is 2. I am stuck to your height, just like glue, just like glue. Woo! Just like glue, just like glue. Just like glue, just like glue.
1971.
Just like glue, just like glue. Just like glue, just like glue.
Demotivated, I was slacking. You came into my life where it was lacking. Cut through me like a knife with no backing. Baby, your every touch burns like hot coals. You're making me forget all of my life goals. Show me who you are, we can share souls. The way you look at me, your gaze locked in. It ain't just a face, fire's burning within. It's like pyrotechnics without trace. It's giving brain fog, don't know what to think. I'm just trying to link, my mind turns to mush. Feelings start to rush, all I do is blush. This is modern Bangladesh, baby.
All it is push and pull. Of your love I'll never fall. I only see you in my sight. I will hold you all night, hold you all night. Will you and me 1 and 1 is 2? I am stuck to your height, just like glue, just like glue. Yes, I've been in love, I've had a few. I am stuck to your height, just like glue, just like glue. My heart is lost and it is one. From your love I'll never run. With you and me 1 and 1 is 2. I am stuck to your height, just like glue, just like glue. Woo! Just like glue, just like glue.
I just see Louis back there singing to it. Like, yes, love it.
I can't help myself, bro.
Instant classic.
Yeah.
I can't.
Instant classic.
I can't help it. Like it's like I think this is your best song as far as structure. Like the bridge, the hook, the verses. Like because in a sense, I can't really tell where everything is. It's kind of it's like an unorthodox structure, but it's done so well.
Yeah,
it's just it's a fun song. Like you see, I type push and pull. Like I love that fucking line.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I wanted it more, but since you didn't say it again, I have to listen to the song again to get that same. You know what I mean? So I see what you did there, but like it's like your transitions into each different thing that you have. Like I love how you did that. I just love how you did that. I love 1971 on this song. Like I love anytime she does anything with you. Masterpiece, just masterpiece. You know what I mean? I love her flow because again, it's so different, it's unique, and I love her like confidence, the cockiness. Like it's my Bangladesh, baby, because I'll be doing shit like that. You know me, I'll be like it's Louisville, baby. Like it's a little different, but with her, it's like it's the swag and it's like putting that contrast together. It always works, but bro, like a lot of these songs, bro, I really couldn't help myself. Like I'm on the bus, like. Fuck, like I'm interior with it. I couldn't sing it, but again, it was just. I remember you playing this like the original, and honestly, I like this version better. And nothing against the artists that were on there before. I think they did their thing on it. But I think overall, this is the better version. Like having her on there, like you guys have more chemistry. And like honestly, you didn't even need a feature. Like I think you could have made the song shorter, just you. It still would have been good, but. The fact you put a feature in there, it was still good. Either or version, like it would have been the same feeling. Because again, the way that you set it up, the way that you structured it, was really good. I just want to ask you, like, what was your thought process with the structure? Like, was it like were you like actually okay? I'm going to put a bridge here, a hook here, like, or was it more like it just happened that way, or you wanted to say something more? Like, what was the thought process in there?
Yeah. No, for this song specifically, this was another one that I'd actually had written for a couple of years. So this was one that I knew that I wanted it to be, you know, because now if you listen to the lyrics, it actually started out as a love song where it's like, you're stuck to my heart just like glue. Like all it is push and pull of your love. I'm never full. Like everything about the chorus is absolutely hardcore love song. So then it's like, then when I got the first original two girls on it, they completely changed the style. And it went from sounding more like a love song. And then with their vibe, it went into like a hardcore sexy song where the girl, the rapper chick that was on it, she went dirty. And I'm like, okay, because she had that like that 1971 type swag too, which is one of the reasons that I was so angry that they just kind of pieced out the way that they did. I'm like, do you know how hard that is to find of a girl that is also that blatantly just like empirically good at rapping and brings that level of swag, but does it in this like, you're not being annoying and you don't look like, you know, you're trying to like I don't mind the sexy red thing, but I also don't think it's that cool either. Where I'm like, okay, yeah, you're doing the let me sexualize myself as much as possible and then make money off that. But it works for her, but I liked how this other girl had that swag, but yet not the blatant over-sexualization of herself. And so it was like, and then the other sister was like this beautiful singer, had this gorgeous voice. And I'm like, how do you find that? This combination of what you do and how you bring it in, I'm just like, God. And so then when they weren't on it, and then I knew that I like, because I'd asked a couple other artists to hop on it with me where I've worked with them before. And I'm like, okay, I wanted to have this different vibe like it did with the other two artists that were on there. And then once I finally, like, I couldn't get enough of like a, yes, I'll do it from them. And then I'm like, okay, it's not in any way like I would do every song with 1971, but at the same time, I don't need to do every single song with her in the sense of like, let me also branch out and be able to work with other artists too and build up that team. But with this song, when I agree with you, Louis, that when it came together, I'm like, okay, you can't deny that 1971 RPG chemistry that we do have together, that we've built up over this time. And when I do hear the song, I'm like, okay, do I think Aurora Borealis is a better song? Yes, for me individually. But when I hear this song, I'm like, it couldn't have been any other song than this song, you know?
Yeah.
But
no, it definitely shows that the song got much better with your chemistry. And I was really blown away when the beat actually drops, because it feels like it's actually a shift, you know, like I'm in a different track now. How did you come up with that? Like, was the beat already like that, or you just felt like it was needing something and you build up to that moment?
So with this song, it was actually kind of funny because one of the like inspirations from it randomly was like, because I think that I ended up hearing the song that kind of like made me just come up with the line of like, oh, da da da, just like glue. And it was more of like one of the type of songs that you do, Harzan, where it's like this really like fun, upbeat, electronic, but yet trying to also be like a full song too, you know? And so it was like, and I now I cannot remember off the top of my head who, I think it was David Garrix, but I can't 100% remember who it was. But like, that song had a lot of these like build up to this big crescendo and then boom, 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 like bringing in that more electronic type chorus where it's about the build up the heart rate, build up the heart rate, and the da, 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 and now the lights are changing and doing that. So that's where it came from, where I wanted it to be this like, guys, how do we make this sound crescendo, da, 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 boom, and then big, like two big crash cymbals that make it then sound like you're coming into this huge like rock chorus where it's like, oh, now you're at this ballad and now it is like a whole different song, but still utilizing those type of like
The same
lyrics that
elements.
you bring in there.
Yeah.
So that's what I was kind of thinking with the song, because again, that initial inspiration was more like an electronica build-up song.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's my
that
favorite
was
part
kind of
too.
like,
It definitely feels like it's the same song,
Yeah.
but you just add more power to it, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and it's totally unexpected. But in a good way, because
Yeah.
it's not easy to do that, and it turned out okay, and it did turn out really good.
nice.
It
I
was
appreciate
really,
that.
really good. I was not
Yeah.
expecting it. It took me by surprise, and
Nice.
it was really well delivered.
Well, and so again, kind of in that idea of like really switching the themes from what we heard from this last one, where, hey, you know, now we've got like this female, male, you know, component together, kind of, you know, going off that energy of each other. Now we're switching up the style a ton, going back to probably the hardest song on the album in the sense of the beat, the lyrical content, you know, and this is also a song that is based on a true story. So this is not just like and Jeremy's just coming up with something like trying to be risque type of thing. Like, but I was on a bachelor party for one of my fraternity brothers, and just ended up randomly meeting this girl, and by the end of it, the person that she came there with hated her. Every other bachelorette party that we would hang out with during the week all hated her, and all the fraternity brothers hated her. And I'm just like, there is a difference of like, okay, yeah, maybe not everybody's going to love everybody, but some people will still be like, okay, yeah, I thought she was cool. Like by the end of it, you'll still have some people on your side. I've never seen anything like it to this day and before or after. So it's like, this song is kind of based off of that experience of like kind of spending that time with her, like meeting her on like the second day. By the third day of the day that we were there, we're just like, oh boy, this has got to be done now. And then by the fourth day, she wasn't really like talking with us anymore, but it was just like this crazy situation. And this song is called Toxic Bitch. And this is based off of that crazy
Appropriate.
experience. It is appropriate. So guys, when you're hearing it, and then and then we go Ira. Oh, here we go. I love it.
Look, if you know a toxic bitch, send her this song. That's what he's trying to say.
Exactly. Like if you are ever mad at a girl, this is the song for you. But again, you guys, this song is called Toxic Bitch. Let's press play.
It's your boy RPG. Woo! Yeah, I just met the toxic bitch. And the only place that they will leave you is dead in the ditch. What are you going to get from me? I would say I need you to be swift. Steak and lobster and a bottle of wine. Yeah, that is a little bit more than a dime. And I know that I finally made it. Yeah, I'm making some good money. But I want you cute, nice, sexy, and of course be funny. I don't need you yelling, stop hearing anything you're telling. And I don't have time to buy anything you're selling. And I'm in my prime, and you're just a waste of space. Spending more time with you will only me last right in place. It is written on your face, nothing but toxic at your base. And it's crazy to think you believe you're worth all of the chase. You crazy. Woo! You think you're worth all of the chase. And it's crazy to believe you think you're worth all of the chase. Woo! You will lose going through life just as a toxic bitch. I can't even find your name anywhere up on the list. Acting up will get you gone. Yeah, you won't be missed. You can call me Dorothy. You are just a wicked witch. You will lose going through life just as a toxic bitch. I can't even find your name anywhere up on the list. I want you gone. I think it's time for a switch. You're only was saying 2 words. Woo! Toxic bitch. I can't lie and tell you that I like women aggressive. Go for what you want and take it. Yeah, I think that's impressive. But at the end of the day, you can only take that so far. If I need you to be soft and nice, you will never pass the bar. And to think that you're a star from the the limelight, you're so fast. You will lose all of your love and friends for a ride in a hot car. When no one wants to be around you, you can't blame that all on us. The guys don't want you, ladies can't stand you. Time without you is a plus. That's a plus. Just try to keep it up and you'll be blown away with the dust. The longer that you're around, I can feel my life waste into rust. I thought that I had the hot hand, it was snake eyes, a real bust. Woo! You will lose going through life just as a toxic bitch. I can't even find your name anywhere up on the list. Acting up will get you gone, yeah, you won't be missed. You can call me Dorothy, you are just a wicked witch. You will lose going through life just as a toxic bitch. I can't even find your name anywhere up on the list. I want you gone, I think it's time for a switch. Switch it, you're only worth saying two words. Woo! Toxic bitch. Toxic bitch. Toxic bitch. I want you gone, you know that. I think it's time for a switch. Toxic bitch. Toxic bitch. You are only worth saying two words. Woo! Toxic bitch.
Well,
So there's the risque one for the album.
Shit,
So
that's a
that,
little more than
everybody, that
risque.
is Toxic Bitch.
That's a little more than risque. That was just fuck it. He just said, fuck. And I love it, yo, because I'm low key on the same energy. I have a song that I'm gonna work on, like when I get the equipment. That's like, because remember I was telling you, we was talking about this before. I'm fuck the line. I'm gonna start saying names, bro. I don't care.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's a little look, but honestly, with this song, bro, I was so shocked because I saw the name. I was like, nah, he didn't go there. And then I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, what? Like, yo, somebody really had to piss RPG off for him to make a whole song and then put it on an album. Yeah. Like, that's bossy, but I love it. Like, it really. I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
What inspired the structure or the songs that you put in on this album?
Ooh, that's a really good question, and I have the exact answer for that. So I actually created a lot of this album on this trip. I think about 4 of the songs on this album came from this trip. The Journey, The Situation, this song, and what was the other one I was working on when I did this? I think First and 10. Oh, no, The Weight of the World. Sorry. So those 4 songs all came out of this trip. So this is for me every time. Whenever I go anywhere on a plane where there's distance involved, I will always write like crazy. It's just it's weird, but I do. And this trip was at the time of the release of Hard to Love by Moneybagg Yo. And that was the inspiration of so much of this album was some of the structure of how he was putting together the album, not in the sense of the song types, but just so much of like his flow. And because I fell in love with Moneybagg Yo and that trip where I was like, wow, okay, I haven't had somebody capture me like this in a while, but I also don't usually like artists like him as much, like not as much. But that was the biggest inspiration for this album was definitely Moneybagg. Like he had so much where I was like, oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. And then like he got me to write so much during that trip because of that album.
Because bro, I ask you because it reminds me of Control Chaos.
Really? Oh, nice.
I see that.
Like the structure that I had, because think about how I have it, but it's like almost in a sense backwards. Because like you started with your 3 most dominant, then you hit that Never Let It Fall, switched it up, and then you got you kind of more aggressive. But like the way I did it was I started with 3 softer ones because it was the 2 Hellbound songs, and then it was why am I forgetting? Oh, and the Matei song. So like it was like a I gave you 3 different types and then gave you that turnaround. So like I kind of see it a little bit like the structures kind of being similar. So that's why I was asking, because I was like, yo, did I inspire him a little bit, even just a little teensy bit with the structure.
Well, and I think in regards to the structure, like I always look at it more so where I'm always trying to create a structure of some kind, you know, and I am usually going off of that general type of one that I talked about, where it's like, let's start out with the big ones, you know, put in something a little bit more emotional or a little bit more feel something of some kind. You know, and maybe if you want to put in some more aggressive stuff in there too, like not, you know, like toxic bitch aggressive, but more like what you're trying to talk about is a little bit more like serious, but it's like, okay, you know, we're going there type of thing. But I definitely always try to be able to have a structure of some kind. I think more so I'm always taking inspiration from somebody like you or anybody that puts albums together in that way, where I'm like even like listening to Baby J's Motion album. Like I'm still listening to that where I'm just like, man, I love how he put this together. Like, you know, especially to where I feel like I'm like, okay, this is my ending for it. And then, you know, it's like, oh, and then all these other ones are just the extras. Like you'll put out the extended albums or whatever. I'm like, oh, this is the extended album songs. But I'm always listening to that kind of stuff. But I mean, definitely like I'm using like that type of inspiration from everywhere. But not everybody does it. So the people that do it, I always take notice. Because I'm like, oh, well, that's why I love the fact for you, where it's like, you needed to be putting together albums too, because you're so good at putting them together. But some people can't, or they're not at least where it feels strategic to the same extent.
Yeah, they're not thinking about it. Yeah. Because like I feel like Your Toxic Bitch is my Malachi song.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when that song comes on, you're like, what? Wait, hold on. Louis on this? And then I'm not, I'm the last verse. So like you get Malachi, you know, talking crazy. And then you get Hellbound with his style. And then you get me. So it's like, that's where I was seeing the comparison where it's like, you know, I had my Toxic Bitch on that album, on that EP, you know what I'm saying? But again, it really shocked me, but like it was still good. It really, that also gave me Eminem vibes, like, you know, you know what I mean? Like that era of Eminem and shit. So yeah, bro, totally love that.
All right, and so next up is track 7. This is called Truth and Consequence. This is another one of the ones that I did have that was a match of a song that I already had written a few years ago. But this one, again, is sort of that idea of like, not truth and consequence in the sense of like, oh, you do something, you don't tell the truth and you're going to have a consequence, but just more like there's always truth, there's always consequence. Sometimes you are going to run in the good side of that. Sometimes it'll be bad. Like you never know. But at least if you put out the truth, the consequences kind of like will run itself out in the sense where, well, at least I put that part out there and I was truthful about it. But this song is called Truth and Consequence.
It's your boy RPG, Red Purple Gold. You know I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. No one is innocent, you know that you can't hide. Can't hide, you know that you can't hide. Never hide. You know I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. I mean no offense, you know that you can't hide. Can't hide, you know that you can't hide. Welcome to my mindset, crazy is my mindset. Too scared to take the first step. Off the edge I have leapt, through the dark I have crept. From my eyes I have wept. Will I reach my final depth? Is this what I can expect? Is it all in my imagination? Will I find my salvation? I need more validation, I need some good vibration. Music is my motivation, I'm a star, my constellation. This is the RPG Nation, I'll help you make a reservation. You can never begin to focus on what you lost. You can never begin to know the cost. Well, from my first, you know that I've been tossed. I told the truth, but my fingers were crossed. I do not believe in the cross, to no effect. I see all my failures when I reflect. I know I'm a grown man, but I feel like a tiny speck. And now the grip tightens, the hands are clutched around my neck. I know that I can feel all this pain deep down inside. How much more am I supposed to take on this crazy ride? I will never give up and I have so much more to give. I write these words and let them go, it falls through like a sieve. You know I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. No one is innocent, you know that you can't hide. Can't hide, you know that you can't hide. You know I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. I mean no offense, you know that you can't hide. Can't hide, you know that you can't hide. full plate when you sit down for dinner. I live a good life, but I know I've been a sinner. On the flip side, not every day can be full of sun. Work hard and play hard, don't live your life out on the run. I know that I can look back at all the things I've done. Some days have been bad, but most have been fun. Life can get heavy and feels like it weighs more than a ton. I'm from south of the border, Colombia is where I'm from. You know I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. No one is innocent, you know that you can't hide. Can't hide, you know that you can't hide. You know I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. I mean no offense, you know that you can't hide. Can't hide, you know that you can't hide.
Yeah, so that is track 7. That song is called Truth and Consequence. So again, kind of like, you know, I look at it that perfect middle of the album song, you know, can mean something to you, cannot mean something to you. Like, it just kind of like, I like the beat. Like, it's just, you know, it's good, powerful, but it's not trying to push any boundaries in a sense. But, you know, I do really like that song because I actually do like the theme. Like what I'm talking about, like what that message is. It's like, you know, I'm talking truth, I'm talking consequence. No one is innocent, but you can't escape it either. Like, you know, it's kind of like some things you just have to accept as reality, that you can't escape the, you know, that consequence and or being put in the situation at times in your life. It's just impossible to escape.
Oh, it's very interesting. Like, you can really tell what you were saying about the 90s album structure. Like, you can really hear it now that you mention it. Like, it's not that you turn it down, because you kind of keep the same pace, but that's it. Like the first tracks are really punchy. Like, also on the delivery and the lyricism of them. Like, they're really on point. Like, these are like radio singles, let's say. And this is more like just keeping up with the pace, keeping up with the vibe. I can definitely like picture myself in my car listening to this album, like going halfway the journey and just vibing to these tracks, and then like the banger pops up, you know, and then I'm back in the game. You know, it's absolute. You absolutely can tell that.
Well, and that's why I wanted to be able to put something like this where you had, you know, just like Glue, a little bit more lovey feel, a little bit more uppy, but then like you mentioned, Harzan, with that, bringing in that, whoa, okay, and then you change that vibe, change that feel, and then you've got Toxic Bitch, which is really punch you in the mouth, and then this one's kind of like, it is, like it's just that just perfect transition into the next track, which now, like I talked about earlier, I've got the 2 love songs and the sexy one. We're at the sexy one. And I even say it in the beginning of the song. Now, this was the one that I put up for, was it last week? Yes, it was. This was last week's almost winner. So I'll go silver medal with this, and I'm okay with that because the Overworld Memories track was insane. But so I will definitely always accept the loss when it is more than deserved. But this song is called The Situation. This also is a backstory of another girl, you know, somebody that I was seeing at the time, also in the kind of the making of this album. So, Louis, when you and I were talking about the girl that The Decadence was about, this song is about this girl.
Nice.
So that's my secret, and this song are about her. So, so this one is called The Situation.
It's time to get a little sexy with it. It's time to get a little situation. I don't know how I find myself in this place. How did I get? I know that I want you to take up all my space. It is not a race. I need to keep my pace, but the only thing that ignites my blood it is your face. Your little situation, yeah, my pretty girl. But I want to know, will you be the end of my world? Maybe yes, maybe no, but you're all that I want to know. Just tell me if you want it fast or slow-mo, then my heart you'll make and grow. The first thing that I saw with those beautiful brown eyes, of course after that it was a sway of your sexy thighs. For the face you're ready for the lows when she's the high. But when look at you and my love is shooting for the skies. Just look at the body, so sexy and so tight. Even though it's wrong, she just feels so right. I want to feel that body in the dark of the light. Yeah, either in the day or the night. The second thing that I saw was that thick and soft brown hair. I get so lost in those eyes, yeah, it's not even fair. I mean, how much more of my soul am I supposed to bear? It's only so long I will be allowed to stay lost in her stare. I can't lie, I want to get lost in her skin. For her I would think twice about losing a limb. I'm just lucky that she doesn't have a twin. Not to hold on to you would be nothing less than a sin. I don't know how I find myself in this place, but I know that I want you to take up all my space. It is not a race, I need to keep my pace. But the only thing that knocks my blood, it is your face. Your little situation, yeah, my pretty girl. But I want to know, will you be the end of my world? Maybe yes, maybe no, but you're all that I want to know. Just tell me if you want it fast or slow-mo, then my heart you'll make and grow. Do you want me as much as I want you? How about we make 1 and 1 turn into 2? I want to feel your skin, woo, I bet it's so smooth. I want you right now, I don't mean to be rude. You make me feel something different that is not delight. I still can't believe that you're real, it was such a surprise. I know that my love can go into infinite. I think that it's an ocean that has no limits. I am strong and bold, yeah, I'm never timid. But don't want to hear her scream out right when she finished. You're my lollipop, how many licks till I cause a chain reaction? I just get so lost in your eyes, all I wanna feel is your passion. I'm caught in her net, yeah, she has got me good. And you know that I am addicted. I can feel the fire right in my veins, and now I have to admit that now I am inflicted.
Fire!
I think that for me, again, if you take out the 3 singles, Never Let It Fall, Situation, The Journey, those are my top 3. And I love The Situation. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, ugh, this is sexy. Like this, I called this song right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's the delivery for me on this one, bro. Like that infinite, like that scheme right there, the infinite limit, like that was executed perfectly. I love how you executed that. Like and like the way the flow just like through the whole song really just flowed, because I think even Overworld said it, where like the space delayed, like the melody, but like the melody is beautiful and everything, but honestly, this is something that you could probably do a cappella, just your vocals, and it's still good. Yep. Like that's what I loved about it. Like when I'm listening to this, I'm not even paying attention to the beat. I'm just like, talk to me. Like, let me hear what you're saying. Like, I only hear your voice in this song. You know what I mean? And it's so cool that, again, you know, I might get glimpses of like that melody he was talking about and like everything going on. But again, just the vocals were done really good. The delivery was really good. Like, I love this song, bro.
Yeah. Well,
what I really love about this is that your ability to actually add to the beat, like add to the patterns, because your lyricism is very rhythmical, you know. Yeah. So it's almost like, for me, like in a producer perspective, it's like your vocals, your stems are like adding hi-hats or a percussion to the ongoing beat. Yeah, you add that vibe and that bounce to it. And in this song, it's particularly clear your ability to do just that. And it's really amazing.
Yeah. And I love this one too, because, you know, again, I mean, I think it's just so much more like it's so much more evident, like, because this one is about a specific situation, but like, you know, when you are listening to the lyrics, like that's the thing about this that I love, is that it really got to play that perfect kind of right on the line where it's like, okay, if you're listening to the lyrics, I do go kind of pushing the line a couple times, but I'm usually right at that like PG-13, like a kid probably isn't going to get it, but a parent listening to this be like, oh, you heard what he did there, right? Oh, okay, nice. I like that. Because like in the chorus where I'm talking about, it's like, it's like more than your love can make, like, it's like more than just your love is making me grow. Like, that's kind of like, oh, wait. Did he just mean what he said he meant? Oh, okay. Nice. Ooh, I didn't catch that the first time. Because like I love The Weeknd for that exact same type of thing. Like he can be talking about some of the, like either like just like what he's talking about is maybe not great, or it's like violent, or it's like really like sexual, but he does it with this voice of an angel, and you're like, oh, I don't even know what he's saying. It doesn't even matter because his voice is so good. So it's like I love that about this song, because I feel like I get to mask some of the overt sexualness behind the beat, behind the flow, and kind of just be like, I'm slightly putting this in there. Some of you guys will catch it. Some of you will miss it, and that's fine, because either way is the right answer.
Yeah. I love that.
All right, guys. So up next, we have got, all right, so we're coming down to the final 4 songs here. We have got First and 10 up next. Now, I've said this a couple times, but I think that if I had to give a super critical, really like, okay, be brutally honest about the album, I think for me, First and 10 is probably, that 7, or like kind of that, it's a good song, but yet where Truth and Consequence, I like what the theme is. I kind of like what I'm talking about. With this one, I feel like there's maybe also some aspects about it where I'm like, it's not forgettable, but yet, again, if I'm having to be that critical, I'm like, this is the one I keep kind of coming back to in a sense, in a way. But let me know what your guys' thought is on it, because I mean, like, I know that, like Ira kind of gets upset with me each time I say that, because she's like, oh, I love this song. And I mean, I really actually do love it. But again, it's more like if I'm being hypercritical, this seemingly is the one that I come back to personally as the artist. But, and I'm sure like you guys have all those back of your own stuff too, where it's like, yeah, okay, I wish I could have done that one better. Or like, oh, if I would have had another run through of it, I'd do even more. But again, you guys, this song is called First and 10. And I actually do love the theme of this because it's very on point for RPG. But this song's called this song is called First and 10. Let's give it a listen.
Be free. I'm a free man and I can think crazy. I think we're crazy. The coolest freaks. Honestly,
Everything I want is right in front of me. Just make it one more play. First and 10. Run those extra miles. Gain that first down yards. Make it one more level. First and 10. Keep on pushing up. One more level. We'll keep on pushing up. One more level. I will keep the dream right in front of me. Red, purple, gold. Yeah, RPG. In the game of life, will you want to win? Not to see me at the top of the mountain would be a sin. It will be too late by the time you see the shark fin. I already own the crown, my reign is about to begin. I am at the top of the mountain. You know you love my sound. In the ring, you won't last another round. Straight up, that is where I'm bound. In the game of life, well, you don't want to lose. It's all up to you, which option will you choose? Everything I want is right in front of me. Just make it one more play. First and 10, run those extra miles. Gain that first down yards. Make it one more level. First and 10, keep on pushing up. One more level. We'll keep on pushing up. One more level. I will keep the dream right in front of me. Red, purple, gold. Yeah, RPG. In the game of life, you never play to tie. You play to win and not at all. On the plate, I will never lie. You want your whole piece of the pie. Life is about a lot more than getting by. Love who you love, girl or guy. Girl, hesitate to decide. But there are times where love is only along for the ride. No matter how many tears you've cried, or how many times that you have lied. But love is always in the air. You never know when you might be Twitter painted. Everything I want is right in front of me. Just make it one more play. First and 10, run those extra miles. Gain that first down yards. Make it one more level. First and 10, keep on pushing up. One more level. We'll keep on pushing up. One more level. I will keep the dream right in front of me. Red, purple, gold. RPG, yeah, RPG. Just make it one more level. Just one more
So again, that song is called First and 10. But what are you guys some of thoughts? What are some of your thoughts on that one? Am I off base on that, or am I thinking on the right kind of thing?
So I'm gonna say for me personally, I think it's my least favorite on the album because I do feel like it throws me off a little bit as far as like everything else we heard. I feel like with this song, it could have been executed differently because like I hear harmonies in there and singing, but then you're still kind of like rapping. So like I don't think for me at least like it didn't fit like the contrast you had between hook and verse because I do like the hook. I like I like what you said. I love the subject matter like First and 10, football, a game, the game of life. Like I like that connection. It's just the way it was executed, and then also like I feel like this one, especially where it's placed, I think a feature would have made it better.
Yeah,
I think a feature. I think because like you had the feature with Ro, and then you had the singles that were like each one had its thing, and then this one came on after like the last two songs we heard are just like everything we're hearing is like damn, amazing, and this one is not that it's not amazing, but it's like again if it would have had that feature, I think it would have gave it that different edge. But I still love the song though. I still love the song. It's just like me listening to the album like all the way through. Me remembering how I felt about it, I was like, I was a little underwhelmed.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I heard the song. Because I'm like, this song could have been earlier. I think you could have did it earlier. And it would have probably hit better. It's just like, again, where it was placed, I think with a feature would have did better.
Yeah.
But
I can see that totally.
Yeah, I could have seen you. Because again, it's just like what I love about it is the like even how you ended it, right? And then the way you started it, the intro, those were my favorite parts about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it definitely it was a little bit like Relapse Eminem. Like a Relapse Eminem vibe. Like but like borderline. I would say like between Relapse and Recovery. Like it was right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that was the vibe for it. But yeah, that's how I feel about that.
That's actually a really good call. I like that a lot. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do feel like this one was a bit all over the place, but not in a bad way. Like I'm not gonna go so Simon on this because I do feel it's a great song as well, and it does keep the pace of the album overall, and I think it does just that with the whole structure of the tracks that we heard so far. Like I think it is well placed. I don't know what's coming next, but I bet there's some shift coming. I don't know.
Yes,
but I think if you place this song here, then there's a banger coming next.
Yeah,
that's
it's like a transitional track.
If the delivery is that, if it's correct, then you made your job. Congratulations.
Well, and I think that after now listening it to this time, I think I have a different mindset on it in the sense that I think with this song, I was trying to do more experimental stuff, like not like hardcore experimental, but more just like, okay, let me try to put all of these different things together and try to bring them in this one song. And I agree with what Louis said, where it's like, maybe it's the final execution of it could have been done better, and or maybe bringing in that feature where you are kind of bringing in more of that real rap as opposed to what I was trying to do would have kind of like made it more complete. So I definitely do agree with that. But I feel like for me, it's more like, it's just the final execution. I'm like, okay, now hearing it with the full thing, you almost like, okay, I wish I had that one back. Like I would have liked to take another spin on it, but I agree with you that it does change to another big and our kind of second to last ramp up before the end of the album. So, but we don't go to a banger. Now we go to Louis' tied for favorite when it comes to the two love songs. So now we turn it to go full love song, because this is definitely the most love forward song, but also the most like, the theme I was going for, the vibe I was trying to do was definitely a, oh yeah, I'm so in love with you. Like I was definitely trying to do that type of thing, as opposed to like what we heard with Never Let It Fall. So again, you guys, now we're changing it. This is probably the biggest transition in the sense of the album, but this is my biggest love song on the album, the album itself. This is called "That's My Secret."
It's time to hit him with a love joint. Let's get sexy with it. RPG. The best thing that I see is a new big pick of the day. Now my heart can't beat. Go from this point now. It all feels so routine, but that's all that I need. In this moment, my heart is in the clouds. The clouds. My heart is in the clouds. I just want you so bad. Please don't be mad. Black or ripped jeans so plaid. It's all you. It's all you. Woo! Now I can't sleep unless I say goodnight. The last thing that I see is you in my sight. I want love in my veins burning inside. So that's my secret. Yeah, that's my secret. You give me that look and my heart is seceding. Your laugh in your skin, yeah, I want all the feelings. Life is worth living when love is the reason. Well, that's my secret. Yeah, that's my secret. Oh no. Oh no. That's my secret. That's my secret. Woo! You might have to ask why I'm always smiling. I turn my head and I point right at you. Well, now I'm watching scary movies, awake when I should be asleep. Just for 5 more minutes with you. 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 Now I can't sleep unless I say goodnight. The last thing that I see is you in my sight. I want love in my veins burning inside. So that's my secret. Yeah, that's my secret. You give me that look and my heart is deceiving. Your laugh in your skin, yeah, I want all the feelings. Life is worth living when love is the reason. Well, that's my secret. Yeah, that's my secret. Oh no. Oh no. That's my secret. That's my secret. Woo! It's your boy RPG. Red, purple, gold. I just want love in my veins. That's my secret.
Damn. Damn. Listen, bro, I hate you for making this song. Like, I'm crying inside right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cry because we on live. But like, bro, this song, you don't understand how hard this song hits me, bro. Like that one line, just 5 more minutes with you, and I love that you dragged it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I have nothing else to say. Like, honestly, I think it's taking it over Fall, over never let it fall. I think
Okay.
after hearing both of them again,
Yeah.
because like it's just the way it hits me, like, because it's such a fun song, and I love how I love that one part, like, oh whoa, I love when you do the harmonies.
Yeah.
That's my secret.
Yeah.
I love the way it sounds, and again, it just gets me there. It's like I just dealt with a breakup, and you see what happened.
Yeah.
And then I listen to this, and honestly, it just motivates me to like get back in the studio and make music like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, fuck you for making that song. There's something you cry to. Like, you dead ass, you get in the shower, you turn it on, and you just, you know what I'm saying?
I love that. Well, no, because I mean,
It's
you know,
so
there's.
cool.
Oh, sorry.
You bring up that love is the reason line again.
Yes.
And it's really nice. As we were saying, like this track, like you're getting back to it, like you're turning up the volume again, and that delivery was just on point. I really like this one.
Yeah, I love this song too, because I mean, there's so much about it, like, you know, kind of going off of what Louis was talking about, where it's like, you know, like when he talked about, oh, just the 5 more minutes with you. I mean, there was so many times, because like the other aspect about this was where, you know, we weren't living in the same state. So there was so much of that time that you had to spend together that was like every minute was so much more important, because you knew you didn't just get the easy stuff, you know? And so it was like, but at the same time, there was also like a pretty big age difference between the two of us. So it's like, I would fall asleep so much of the time, because I'd be like, I actually have to get up and go to normal, like, you know, job. Like I have things I have to get done. And so it's like, oh, you're not staying up until like 1. I'm like, no, I can't. But that's where so much of these lines come from, where it's like, I just want 5 more minutes with you. Like, it's like, it is that, because it's like, she was so important to me, where I'm like, oh, I just want 5 more minutes. Even if I fall asleep at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, like I still got that, you know, extra 4 minutes. So it's like, this song, I loved it for that simple fact that like, there's so like every line is just so distinct and specific to how she was making me feel during that time. So I love that, you know, for itself. But then this was also the first one where I knew, I'm like, okay, this is the first song where I'm like, I'm really going to try to put a lot of lyrical, like a lot of singing on there. Like that, again, this was the first one that never let it fall, then took the ball and then ran with. But this was the first time for me being like, okay, let me really try to work on harmonizations. Let me put in a lot more of the singing when it comes to that piece. And let's really make it feel like this is bigger and more than the other songs I've done before that. So that's one of the reasons I also love it too. But just because like there's so much of this song that's like, oh, every one of these lines is just so distinct to how I was feeling during that time. And I love that about it too. So
it hits, man. It hits, like that Scary Movies thing, and like that whole segment, bro. Like it hit me because like I remember with my most recent ex, like we were watching movies together and watching scary movies, and same shit. Like I want 5 more minutes with you. Like she got to go back. She's got to drive 2 hours back, and I'm like, I don't want you to go. You know what I'm saying? And then she stays a little extra time. So like, yeah, bro, that shit. Yeah, fuck you 3 times. I had to throw it in again, bro. Because like, damn, bro, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Well, and guys, like I said, you know, now we're coming to the final 2 songs on the album. And so this is kind of where we take that last, okay, yep, boom. And then now we're coming right back up. We've got 2 songs left. And I'm really excited for you to hear this next one. You know, this is kind of one where I'm almost upset that I had to put it near the end of the album, because it's one of those, and, you know, maybe you guys will agree with me, but it doesn't feel like it has that first 3 to 4 track. Like there's not enough that's like, okay, it's not the put it on the radio song, but it's a really good song, but it's just not this put it on the radio. So I felt like I had to put it here, but I feel like I wish I didn't need to, because I really do love the theme of this one. But again, this song was coming around the transition of when I was like, okay, am I going to need to start figuring out about really like making decisions on, am I going to start working with a new team? Am I going to work for a different studio? Like, am I going to try to take my music to this next level type of thing? This was sort of that idea of like some of that transition that I was going through, and being like, so much of this feels like it's so much on me. And like, I feel like I'm the one taking on the weight of the world to get us to the next spot, which is fine. If it's like I feel like I know like I've got that full team behind me, but if I have to keep wondering and like, okay, well, let me give 100% more energy so that each of you guys get 50, I can't keep giving that much all the time. Like, so that was kind of where this was, where it was like having to figure out those next steps. And this song was kind of in that transition of realizing like, man, maybe I actually need to see it for what it is and make decisions off of that. So again, you guys, the song is called The Weight of the World.
I can't say that I didn't do it to myself, but I will never collect us sitting on the shelf. I will take it on, you can rest it on my shoulders. Yeah, my body is strong, moving up this hill, pushing a boulder. But that doesn't sound like a team when it is all on me. But it does sound like nothing is given for free. If I drop the ball, who would be there to pick it up? I guess I'm just lucky, I have nothing but winning in my cup. Woo!
I don't know how you could call this all a team. If it wasn't for me, we would have run out of steam. I tried to keep it equal, but I played the Legion part. Now that I look back, it was like that right from the start.
1, 2, 3.
Now I know that I can take on all this extra weight.
Give me that
How much more could I do if it wasn't all on my plate?
all on my
I'm just built different and I wanna see us all win. I can see the finish line and I won by a single clip.
How much weight can you stack? How much more can I take? Is it the volume of the ocean or the volume of a lake? Or on me do you want to skate? Or will I fall through the ice? You know I've already paid the price. I don't know anyway but nice. Do you want to just sit back and watch me do all of the work? Then sit back and try to grab all of my individual perks. I always rep my team and I try to show them all the best. But if I needed you, am I any different than the rest? You will watch me get it all set up. All you have to do is show. If I'm not the guiding light, I guess I'm lost in the snow. For the top, I'll take a stroll. I'm number one on every pole. But if someone has to take the lead, I will take on that role. If I am the one driving, then you'll ride in on my coattails. I can't cut you off cause I'm loyal and I don't have sharp nails. But when I need it to be us, I feel that I'm all alone. I guess that I'm just a dog in search of all my missing bones. There will never be another like me, never be a single clone. I have already pulled the sword out from the middle of the stone. And now I am the king, and you know it's not a fling. If another team tries to step, they'll feel the venom of my sting. But I can't lie, and you know how much that they have helped me grow. I keep watching my name rise, no more staying low. It is red, purple, gold, you know that it is RPG. My name will live on after I'm gone, it will reach to infinity.
I don't know how you could call this all the team.
It's not the team.
If it wasn't for me, we would have run out of steam. I tried to keep it equal, but I played the leading part. Now that I look back, it was like that right from the start.
Right from the
Now I know that I can take on all this extra weight.
Give me that
How
weight.
much more could I do if it wasn't all on my plate?
It's all on my
I'm
plate.
just built different and I wanna see us all win. I can see the finish line and I won by a single limb.
I guess it's time to add more weight. I will go until I break. Will it be any more the feather that my body can take? But until that moment comes, I will push myself to the limits. You can never let them see you sweat. Be strong, never timid. And with every song that I make, I'm only getting better. You can see the growth and improvement, and that's not talking clever. RPG and this music, you know that we will never sever. I live at the top, that is the only place I'll tether. There'll never be a place to go without hearing my name. But that is what happens when you take over the whole game. Hard work and determination are the only things to blame. After you've heard this song, your life will never be the same. I love every single song that I have ever wrote. Well, let's just hope that all this work turns me right into the GOAT.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, RPG. I don't know how you didn't end the album with this.
This was a back and forth. This was a deciding this or Aurora Borealis. This was a decision. I ended up going with Aurora Borealis in the end because I was like, okay, I really want Rose song to be the ender because I loved it as the first single too. But I agree with you that this does feel like the better end of the album song. I agree.
It was the last line too, like the GOAT. Like I hope that I love every song I made, and I hope everything I did made me the GOAT. Like that would have been, even though I like, because like now it still works for Aurora Borealis because it's almost like a bonus track since you already dropped it, and like so I'm not like too mad at it. You know what I mean? But this is your Venom. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like, you know how Eminem has his Venom, and like it starts off like just kind of chill, and then he kind of goes into it. Right? Like, this is your Venom. That's what I liked about this song, and like that deeper vocal, because I love using that like vocal for myself. I love that about this song, bro. Like, again, it was just, I think it was still good, like a good choice to like put it at the end. Because like how it ends and everything. So again, I'm not too mad at it, but yeah, bro, that should have been the fucking outro. Like it was just perfect. Like the line, everything. Yeah, man, that was dope.
Go. Yeah, I agree.
Man,
I do agree, like lyric wise, that it would be like a really nice song to close it off. But like regarding the pacing, I really think it's a really nice follow up to the previous one. Like
Yeah.
I feel like okay, the album is getting towards an end. Let's see where we're gonna go from
Right.
this.
Yeah, agreed. Well, and I think that kind of brings us perfectly right to the final song. So thank you, Harrison, for setting that up.
I
So,
have a final question. I have a final
oh,
question
yes,
though.
please. Yeah.
Was this song in any way related to Bozy World and your journey with us?
No, not at
Because
all.
yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. There were some lines in there where like I felt it a little bit. Because like you were talking about a team and you were talking about growing
Mhm.
and like learning from a team and all that stuff. So I was like, maybe subconsciously it was. Because I'm just saying it wasn't, but I
Well,
also
but
like
see,
that about it.
the difference is because the type of growth that I've had with you guys has been good growth, where that growth was more I'm growing, and then you guys are like the ball and chain. Like
Okay.
you're coming along because I'm dragging you with me because of my energy, my drive, my push, and what I'm doing. So I'm not growing because you are helping me grow. I'm growing because I'm growing. And then I'm also trying to bring you along with me and say, let me help try to grow your name, because by constantly working with me, now let me help try to let me market you as like, oh, this person I work with all the time. That was more where the weight of the world part comes from, because that's more saying like, hey, I'm having to take on too much because it's not equal. And oh, if it wasn't for me, we would have run out of steam.
Yeah.
That's not what Bozy is, because Bozy wasn't being run by me as the head of steam. I was going off of you as like that main leader and then helping provide more energy and steam to the full Bozy and keeping it moving forward. This is more like, if it was not for me consistently wanting to get to that next place, I would have, like, not even that you would have dropped me because you would have done nothing. Like, it's like, oh, I kept the reason for you to want to keep working into doing all of these things, and like, here's a new pathway, here's this new thing, because I came up with this. Damn, after a little while, being the only one that ever like comes up with the thing of anything, it gets a little tough. Like, it's more like, if you guys help me grow, how much more could I do? Like, oh, if it wasn't all on my plate, how much more could I do if it wasn't all on me? Like, that's what that line means. So it's kind of like, that's the reason that that's one of the reasons that I think for Bozy it's been so important, is because it's like, oh no, I listened to the songs that we did for that, initial EP we were doing like a year ago. And then I hear these new songs from this album and I'm like, wow, this was only like a span of like 3 months different of time of like when we were putting together some of those. I was making this album during the time, and I listened to some of those songs and I'm like, man, these are good, but I can already hear the improvement on this album from what we were doing just from that EP. So that part's cool, that I'm like you said earlier, from the growth, from the just different like things that I've taken from reviews, like look at now where this album is at because of those different things, because of that push of I have for myself, but now moving to this new studio, moving to this new equipment, having this new stuff. It's like, oh wow, now I get to hear myself at a whole new level, where I feel like this is almost that re-release of me as the artist, because people haven't heard me this good before, just purely from a sound point either, which is awesome.
I love that. Nice.
All right. And so, guys, like I said a minute ago, so Harzan just set us up for the perfect ending. And this is the final song on the album. This is also the second and final song that does have a feature on it. And this is the final feature from 1971 on the song. This was also the first single that was released in the 3 singles and the main ramp up to the release of the album. This song is called Aurora Borealis, featuring 1971.
Y'all better make some noise.
For the lovers. To all lovers.
Summer 2024.
Hot as fuck.
1971.
RPG, let's go.
Taking off.
Babe, I'm just waiting for these clouds to clear.
Clear it
Not
up.
a single worry on my mind when you're near.
Gotcha.
Body sandy, catching waves at the beach.
Getting wet.
Money don't matter, you make me feel so rich.
Don't be
Light
dusty.
breeze in the trees, let's get some sun.
Get some
It's finally summer, baby, have some
It's time
fun.
to have some
Come closer, let me feel your skin on mine.
Put it on
Your
me.
gaze got me drunk, we don't need no wine.
I'm so drunk, I was done with bitches. Ask God for a sign,
There it was.
Aurora Borealis, but you so divine.
Spiritual
Yo,
awakening.
Gucci boom perfume, ingrained in my mind.
Bougie.
Those long kinky curls, girl, you're so fine.
I just want your love in slow-mo on rewind.
In slow-mo.
Let me feed you raspberries, help you unwind.
Unwind.
This is so sweet, you taste so refined. This romance is indeed one of a
One of a
kind.
kind. Short summer dress, red lips, high heels.
It's a look.
Waxing crescent faces got me in my feels.
Planetary
Smoke this J,
smoke.
blow a shotgun in my lips.
Jack Harrow.
And when we fuck, let me grab you by the hips.
Go hard.
You have my consent to do whatever you want.
Give me consent.
I want all the loving and the memories to haunt. Pull my hair, spank me, grab me by my throat. Your rhymes fly, you know you're the GOAT.
I'm a star, baby, always got an
I'm a
audience.
celebrity.
I need a midnight sky, campfire ambience.
Vibes.
Soft glow, no filter, let's laugh and
Let's
conspire.
romance.
Your heart, body, mind, soul is all I desire.
All of me.
Global warming got us hot, wars got us on edge.
on
Let me
edge.
write and paint you, take you to my bed.
your
Tell
bed.
me all your secrets, whisper them in my ears. Modern Bangladesh, live your life with no fear.
I just want your love in slow-mo. I'll rewind.
Slow
Let
it
me
down.
feed you raspberries. Help you unwind.
Get
This is so
naked.
sweet. You taste so refined. This romance is indeed one of a kind.
I was done with dudes, ask God for a sign.
Give me a
Aurora
sign.
Borealis brought you so divine.
Aurora Borealis.
Red, purple, gold ingrained in my mind.
RPG.
Rap game on fire, babe, you're so fine.
Summertime, baby, wanting your love ain't a crime.
It's a
As long
felony.
as you give it back to me like Amazon Prime.
Throw
Your
it
mind
back.
is unholy, your body is a shrine.
Happy
Aurora
shorty.
Borealis, let our souls intertwine.
Let's intertwine.
Honestly, hearing it again, I think you made the right choice making it the outro.
Yeah. I mean,
Could have been
so
either
too.
or. I feel like
it
either
could've
way.
been.
I feel like either way could have worked. Either way you would have structured it, it would have worked. Either way.
I agree. And I think for me, it was more like, you know what, let me end it with, you know, one of the singles, you know, just give it that last, like, and I love, you know, I think this is my favorite song with Ro and I together,
Mhm.
you know, up to this point of the ones that we've put together so far. And, you know, I mean, I love how this one turned out. I love I love the fun sexual nature of the song between the two of
Mhm.
us and what we're talking about. But yet, just just like that hyper fun sound and vibe of the song too. Like I think that there's a reason I put this out as the first single, because I just was like, nope, this is the vibe I want people to start out this album with. And I loved this one being, you know, the first one. This is also one of my probably top 5 single releases when it comes to just the pure like numbers it's gotten. So that makes me feel really good. Actually, the 3 singles on this whole album were the 3 best singles I've ever released in a row. But I mean, overall, in general, yeah, that's I think the reason why I wanted to end it with the Rose song, because I was like, you know what, I love our dynamic with that, and let me end it with that energy, because I love our dynamic and that energy on that song.
Yeah, that's what I was getting from it. Like, it's the better energy to end it with.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. And I also think that the last track ended very harshly, and this one feels more like it's fading out, you know. So
Yeah.
it actually, I think it's more digestible. Let's call it like that, you know.
Yeah, I
think it
agree. The
ends really
other ending
nicely.
is more artistic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like very film noir in the sense of like you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. So I agree with that,
it's
and I agree with
amazing.
Louis in the sense of I love the line.
Yeah, that's
I
what did
just
it.
hope
Yeah.
all this work turns me right into the goat pot, and then you just kind of end it there, and it's like, oh, is that it? Oh,
Yeah,
this
like
is
a
the goat.
statement.
Exactly.
Yeah, like a
Oh,
statement. Yeah.
yeah. And so I agree with Louis on that part, but I think that at the end of the day, I made the musical choice and then was kind of like, yes, let me end it on the energy and on the dynamism of that song. But again, I mean, like I said at the beginning, I'm so proud of this album, and I'm so happy that it's like, it's the best work I've done yet. The next album is going to be all Castellini as well. So same producer as all of these tracks.
Nice.
I've already got about 6 or 7 songs done in a first draft, at least. Not all the way done on all of them, but at least a first draft, which is good. So I'm really excited for you guys to start hearing more of that. You guys have heard, you and Louis Harzan have heard some, little things up to this point, but I haven't started, putting out too much of it yet. But I love this album, and thank you guys for joining me here and doing this listening party with me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I was looking forward to this because, like, I told you I had a very busy week, like,
yeah,
but in such a good way, bro. Like, my week, I feel blessed, man. I really feel blessed. I feel like, us as a team, we're just growing so much, and we're growing also individually.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd have to take that week off just to think about things like that, like to kind of just reflect and see, like, okay, let's see what happens. Not that this was the intention, but like, let's see what happens when I leave. Like, do people care, right? Like, and not about me. Like, I don't care if people care about me. I care about myself. I'm saying, like, do people care about Bozy?
Yeah.
Bozy World. Like, are people tuning in? Are people okay? And then also, like, how can I make sure that people are getting that growth and that support, and that we're growing, but we're also helping other people grow. Right. You know what I mean? So, like, I think today was one of the best examples that I can say that we're growing, because we just did a 2.5 hour live just for fun, and then an hour later jumped into this, and I had the energy for it, but I needed to, like, kind of step away and get my energy right to be able to focus on those things. Because not only did I do that, bro, I worked on the visual for you guys. Oh, wow. I re-exported the other video because it was messed up, and like, I almost crashed out, but I was, you know what, let me just re-export it. I talked to Harzan about it. He gave me some tips. So, like, did that, worked on these covers, you know what I mean? And then everything is set up. Like, we have the live for tomorrow already ready and set. The live for Malachi is ready and set. Like, nice. I'm like, I'm there. I'm focused, bro. I'm finally focused. And I'm saying, fuck everything else. It's like, my focus is here. Yeah. And, like, not just here, but even in this, focusing on the right things. You know what I mean? So, again, I just feel blessed, and, like, I'm honored to be here to listen to the album. I listened to it on my own, and listening to it again with your background and the questions we had, like, it was a vibe. It was a vibe. Like, more people need to start coming to these things, because it's the best way to network. It's the best way to, like, share music, share knowledge, and, like, just learn so much. You know what I mean? So much that, like, just from being at this live, I got a new idea. Do y'all want to hear it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we do an award show.
Okay.
I'm talking song of the year.
Oscar.
Beat of the year, album of the year, EP of the year. You know what I mean? And then, we have people kind of, like, just submit for it. Maybe use the website for that. So this is, like, future state, like, way in the future. We can start planning it, but I think it would be cool to start kind of awarding people for these things. Because I've seen other people do it, but of course we're gonna do it the Bozy way. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, just being here just inspired that idea. So I don't know what y'all think about it.
I like that a lot. I mean, I think, and even if we tried to do it as something that's more almost like to start with, like a StreamYard, like, not a game show, but like something in that version, like, come and join us for the first live annual,
Bozy
what
award.
did you say?
Have the envelopes, you get some envelopes. I got a whole box of envelopes I'm not using. I'm about to use them bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, like, what we put together for some of the Bozy plays, you could turn that into something like that pretty well, and I think that would look badass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, like, RPG is up there for album of the year. I don't know. I don't know who else really, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to think about it, right? Things like that is going to inspire other artists to make those things, to go out and make an album, make an EP, make a song that's going to be the song of the year or whatever. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's why I was inspired to start making EPs, because I was like, you know what? I see RPG working so hard on albums. I see all these other people just dropping EPs. And I'm like, bro, I have so much music. Like, let me do this. Like, let me start doing this. And like now I got the routine down. You know what I'm saying? And like honestly, I cannot wait for our EP to drop, because we're definitely gonna do a listening party. I think we're on good timing also, because you know, I think it can still be dropped by July, and that's a good time to drop it. And then August, September-ish, I can still drop the Summer Nights EP, or maybe, you know, sometime in there. But you know what I mean? I think, you know, everything is just falling into place, bro. And I love it.
Totally. Yep. And then I've got you know, the main course part 2 coming. I've got the Winding Road to Understanding. That's the next Big Castellini album. So that's the next album. The main course part 2, that's the mixtape album. So that will be the next one released. That will probably be July, August. Then it will be, well, I mean, and then in between that point, then we'll release our EP. I'm so excited for that EP, man.
Absolutely, bro. People love Love Broken Part 2. It got so much, like, when I did the snippet like a month ago, everybody was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna be the song of the EP, but
absolutely,
you know, like I can't wait to work on the Jared one. And then honestly from there it's just like whatever we run into, we're just gonna add it to the EP as it goes. Like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like I'm down to do a 12-song EP, 4-line album.
I'm down, because we still have that Harzen beat we need to work on that I've been listening to.
Yes, you do.
That
yes,
more,
you do.
What is it? Yeah. 70s, totally, like I love that beat. So cool.
Yeah, old school hip hop. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thank you. Yes, 70s old school hip hop. Yes, I love that. But again, you guys, brand new album, my 6th full in studio album, just released last week on Friday, the 30th of May. The Long Journey for Balance is the name of the album. We just got done doing a full listening party. So thank you both, Louis and Harzen, so much for joining me tonight and, you know, listening to every track. You know, I did have a full album listening party on Instagram that I did live that is up on my page right now, so you guys can check that out. But this was the one I was so excited for, because I'm like, man, doing it by myself is great because I know that I talked about some of these things, and, you know, but man, getting to have that back and forth, and, you know, you and I just kind of like, you know, all three of us just chatting and getting your opinions on different things. And like, it also kind of made me see too, like even just visually and just like even seeing the numbers on the chat, I'm like, oh, okay, now I can see where the low parts of the album are. Okay. Like, because we've already started to come back, and now I see what song it is, and I'm like, crap, that's not what I would have thought. But okay, you know what? That's all right, because that's not what the truth is about. The truth is just the truth. It doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. But again, you guys, thank you guys both so much for joining us tonight. This was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that we had the chance to do this. What is the date for Malachi's? When do we have it set?
So we're doing it Monday.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so it'll be Monday. I'm not sure what time yet. We got to set it up because I'll be home. I'll be home early either way. So most likely, I would say a little earlier than this one, like 6.
Okay.
Maybe 5 to 6 to 7. I got to talk to him about it, but yeah, I'm also looking forward to that one.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one too, because it's just funny. It's like some of the ones that I kept listening to. I mean, obviously, you know, kind of almost anybody in Bozy I do listen to pretty consistently, but like him and Baby J are the other two outside of anybody that I've done the interviews with, where I'm like, ooh, I actually wait to hear their drops because I'm excited about when they come out, especially Malachi's, just because I'm like, I don't understand how he has captured it, because I don't usually like his type of music, but man, I love listening to his stuff.
That's a fact. Fantastic. That's a fact. He actually got me into that scene, like, just because he does it, and like I just love the type of person he is. So like I go listen to his stuff and like just know how he is. Like I'm okay, it makes sense.
I agree. And it's kind of like at every moment along the path, in the sense of like in the, you know, short amount of time that I've known him, I'm like, every time you have the moment to impress, you do seem to do. Like, good for you. Like sometimes like you give people those moments, you're like, okay. Like, it's not bad, but it's just maybe like, well, that could have been better. But man, every time I'm like, wow, way to go, Malachi. Just step up to the plate. Damn. Good for you. So I've just been really impressed with him, but just his music though, like all of those guys, I'm just like, wow, like whether or not you will be like monetarily really successful, you are on the path where at least you are trying to make it happen. Like, good for you. That's awesome. I love to watch what they do because it is fun. It is fun.
Absolutely, man. And speaking of listening parties, we have the Malachi one on Monday.
Yep.
And then we also have one for Hellbound it's not scheduled yet. But that album is, it's so good.
Earth Sign is so good.
It's, oh my goodness. And I'm so happy that I'm on it, even though like, and I love how like we both have the same song. Like I have it on my EP, he got it on his EP. But that's the beauty of it. Like it's just art. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just like we're sharing it. So like, I can't wait to hear that one also. And then, again, if you guys have any albums, EPs you want us to showcase on this, just let us know. We'll set it up for any time, any day. I'm always here to set it up. Like I have the time for it. So yeah, if you guys want to do that, like let me know. Hit us up. Follow us at Bozy World. Follow me, Louisville_ the rapper. Follow RPG Red Purple Gold, Hearts and Music. Like just give us a follow. If you want to join the community, let us know. Because we got a lot of events. We got a lot of events going on right now, and it's only going to get better.
Absolutely, guys. And make sure to subscribe to Bozy World. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss any episodes of either one of these listening parties, one of our reviews, artists on artists, any of the things we have coming from the Bozy community. So get excited, join us because it's always a lot of fun. But guys, again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for everybody I think we had like 9 or 10 people live with us at any one time that I saw it the most. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for everybody rocking with us. And for the people that were there all night tonight, don't worry. I see you. I really appreciate all that love and support, you guys. But we'll let you go until we are here on Monday for the next one. But guys, thank you again for all that love, all that support. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, you guys.
Love.
What up? It's your boy RPG, red, purple, gold, kilos, panoramic roof. Bitch, I'm red, purple, gold. RPG. My strength will never fold. My heart is never frozen cold. I'm the best. Yeah, that's what I've been told. 1, 2, 3. My voice has been freely sold. Luxury in my life is all I know. It's all I know. But I will never sell my soul. Never sell it. I won't.